Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're taking a look at this knife, the TuyaKnife's NV3. Pretty cool knife, got a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. Let's start off with a blade length measurement. You see here that we're coming in with a blade that's just pretty much perfectly 3 1/4 inches. So this definitely is not a large knife. This is what I would consider to be a medium-sized knife. So let's compare it against some other knives. We're at 1. Yeah, line up the pivots. Not a large knife. We're at 2. In fact, this knife is kind of what I would imagine a Rat Model 3 folder. I know the Rat 3 is already a fixed blade, but this is kind of right between the two Rats in size and kind of looks similar to them in some ways as well. So, there we go. Next off, let's go with our PM2. And our bug out. So yeah, what we can see here is that the TuyaKnife's NV3 is very similar in size to the bug out. Not exactly, but very similar. Okay, let's wrap this up with our Civivis, the Praxis, dwarfing this knife, and the Elementum. There we go. Not a whole lot bigger than the Elementum, really. And because why not, here it is against our Gerber family. Alright, there's the pair of frames. So, what are we looking at material-wise? Well, we have a drop point blade of M390. Let's see, yeah, there's the steel marking. M390. We have handle scales of cross-cut red carbon fiber. And let's see if I can... Do you see how it has almost a wood grain look to it? Sorry, got a little bit of oil on the pivot. Yeah, it's very different looking carbon fiber. And then you can see here, if we look at this part, however, that looks a lot more like the carbon fiber you're used to. So yeah, cross-cut carbon fiber. We'll go into that, but it's basically exactly what it sounds like. Titanium clip, titanium backspacer, and this is a titanium liner lock. So yeah, that's really cool. At least I think it's a titanium liner lock. Pretty sure it is, but maybe I should grab a magnet just in case. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure it's a titanium liner lock. Oh no, it is a steel liner lock. My bad. My bad, guys. I thought it was a titanium liner lock. It's a steel liner lock. Still. Still. That's not funny. I didn't notice the difference between it being a steel liner lock or a titanium liner lock. So, yeah. Ball bearing pivot, as you'd expect. Yeah. Alright, let's do some cutting. So we have this really nice drop point blade, M390 steel, compound grind. I'm not sure how I feel about the compound grind, honestly. I'm really not. Like, it looks really cool, I like that, but as far as functionality goes, I haven't seen that it has a real huge impact, negative or positive. So yeah, it just kind of is what it is. Towards the tip, it gets thicker. It's about 26 thousandths behind the edge. And then here, it gets really thin, like 15 thousandths. Really, really nice cutting performance. Yeah, as you can see, it just glides through cardboard. Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. So the blade finish is satin finish. Some people are going to like that. Some people aren't going to like that. Leave that up to you. I do want to talk about right now, this crosscut carbon fiber is just so nice. So nice. How are the ergos? Amazing. Great ergos. I love this riser here for your thumb. Really good. Your hand fits in here so nicely. Really, really nice. The clip doesn't make too much of a hot spot. In fact, let's talk about the clip. Really interesting titanium clip. How's it work? It's a great clip. One of the few mill titanium clips that I think works the way it should. Well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of milled clips work the way they should. This is one of them. How's the action? It's good. The flipper tab is shaped really well. It is pretty snappy. The detent is kind of soft. Honestly, is there any detent lash? No detent lash. But I can, if I try hard enough, you know. There we go. You can smack it open like that. But it's not like super easy to do, so I won't worry about it too much. But yeah. Really, really great ergos. That's one of the most impressive things about this knife, honestly. And the blade does perform really, really well. Very slicey. Like I said, the tip being that thick, I haven't found any specific advantage or disadvantage to that. But yeah, really, really nice. Access to the lock bar, really good. So really happy about that. Let's get back to the table. All right, with all that out of the way, it's time to talk about what I like and don't like about the NV3. So, to start off with, this is kind of a unique knife. How many compound ground drop points are there? How many of those do you see? I don't think you see very many. Next thing, this is just a good looking design. Really, really clean lines. Has a very consistent flow throughout. Like that a whole lot. Next thing, the blade performs great. You know, you have this thicker portion up here. The hollow ground main portion here is great for slicing, and yeah, just an all-around great performer. Next thing, we'll point this out right now. T8 screws all the way around, even for the pocket clip, I believe. Let me grab my T8 head real quick. There we go. Let's see here. Look. Focus. Thank you. T8. Yep, even the pocket clip is T8. So, awesome. That's really, really cool to see. Not very many people do that. So when someone does do it, it's worth pointing out. Next thing, this clip is just really nice. In a couple of ways. It's not very bad in the hand. You don't really feel it that much. The milling on it is really, really nice. I like that. It's just kind of a special touch. But the best thing about this clip is that it actually works like a clip. A lot of mill titanium clips, no go. This one works really well. Really, really well. So that's awesome. Next thing, the action. Yeah. It's a good action. I'll say it's not like the best action I've ever felt. It's not jaw-droppingly amazing, but it's a good action. Very good action. So appreciate that. Access to the liner. Really easy to disengage. As you can see right here, let's look back in there. Maybe you can see. Let's grab a flashlight. Focus. Where's the best way to put this? Anyways, way down in there, you can see the number 126 of these knives are serialized, so that's pretty cool. The liners are inset, which is really nice. Which brings me to the next nice thing, which is probably the best thing about this knife, in my opinion, and that is the Ergos. This knife is so comfortable. You can see this little thumb ramp here on the blade, exactly where your thumb needs to be. Really, really good ramp. The jimping on it is very nice. No problems there. The handle is just shaped so well to just melt into your hand. It's really nice. You know, you don't really, you don't have any choke up point really. You can kind of put your finger there if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it. But, it's just kind of a one grip knife and it's a good grip. I like that a whole lot. Very functional and comfortable. The carbon fiber, as you can see, is slightly contoured. That's really, really nice. Love to see that. And yeah, it just results in a knife that is just so good in the hand. So good in the hand. Pleasing to the eye and pleasing to the hand. So it's kind of like what's that Spyderco says? Made for the hand, not for the eye. Well, this one does it both. Another thing, branding on the blade is minimal. You have the maker's mark or the logo. Then you have M390, and then you can barely see it because it's kind of hidden by the scale, which is nice, but DW3, I'm guessing that's the model number, so yeah, cool. And then the last thing I'll mention is that this knife, well, actually, it's not going to be the last thing I mention. This knife is very light. As you can see, it is milled internally. This knife is so light, I did think it was a titanium liner lock. It's that light, so yeah, I like that. And last thing I'll mention, this red carbon fiber is gorgeous. It's beautiful. This cross-cut carbon fiber, I just love that. It's such a unique material. Really looks just absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. There's another version of this that has brown cross-cut carbon fiber, which honestly, I wouldn't mind trying out. That does actually sound pretty interesting. But with all that out of the way, let's go into what I don't like. Hey guys, guess what? I lied to you. We're not going on to my dislikes yet. I forgot to mention a couple of things. First thing I want to talk about is the... seems like we got a little bit crooked here. Oh, there we go. First thing I want to talk about was the packaging for this knife. It comes with a cleaning cloth, which seems to be a really nice one. And then it comes in this nice little hard plastic box. So I appreciate that. This is a pretty expensive knife, so keeping it nice and cushioned is much appreciated. It also comes with this little sheath that got some pocket gunk on. This little slip with a clip. It's leather, real leather, and this is nice. This is really cool. I've started carrying a bunch of different slip joints in this. I haven't carried this knife in here because the pocket clip works so good. But yeah, I put all kinds of different slip joints in here to carry. It's a really nice little pouch, little slip. So yeah, appreciate that. And I wanted to say just kind of real quick, this doesn't really have anything to do with this review in particular, but this knife, when I bought it, actually came, I'm not sure if they're still available right now. They might be gone, but it came with a little, they're calling it a boot knife. And it's this little tiny, get out of there, D2 Tanto fixed blade. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. This bundle was the exact same price as the regular NV3, which is the brown crosscut carbon fiber with some goodies. I'm not sure if this one's available. I'm not sure if the red carbon fiber is available by itself either. Anyways, let's talk about the price, because it's one of those things that, for me, kind of... Well, we'll talk about it. So, $230. That's an expensive knife. Not gonna lie, it's an expensive knife. The knife itself is made very well. Plus, you do get this slip and this cleaning cloth in this case. And in the case, that was bad, of this knife, it came with another free knife. So personally, I don't feel too terrible about the price that I paid. I would have liked to have seen it at $200. However, when you're buying just this knife, like just the brown carbon fiber one, especially since these are steel liner locks, unlike titanium, which I thought they were, might be a little bit high. $230, I'm going to be honest, might be a little high. M390 crosscut carbon fiber, good materials, but might be just a little bit too high. So take that as you will. Next thing I guess I'll talk about is along those lines. I guess I'm a little bit disappointed this isn't a titanium liner lock, but it still functions good. And yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it being a steel liner lock at all. Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly kind of struggling to think of other things to complain about. Guys, this is just a really darn good EDC. It really is. I guess the action maybe could be a little bit better, but still, I don't want to complain about that because it's still good. This knife just does so many things right. The hardware, the blade, the ergos, the clip. I think, honestly, my one complaint with the knife is the price. Because everything else is really, really excellent. This is a fantastic knife. The fit and finish is just amazing. I didn't talk about that, but, it's really nice. Look at all the details on the swooping carbon fiber, the clip, obviously perfectly centered. It's a nice knife. And I don't know what else to say. I really don't. So what are my final conclusions, thoughts, and opinions on the TuyaKnives NV3? Well, what do you think? It's a solid knife, and it has cemented itself as one of my personal favorites. As far as a high-end EDC goes, there's not much that can beat this. Ergonomically, looks-wise, this is a fantastic, functional piece of art. I love this knife. And yeah, the price might be a little high, but while I was carrying this knife, I always felt like I had a quality tool in my pocket. I always felt like I had something to brag about. It gave me that good pride of ownership feeling that we all seek out in the knife community. And besides just being a feel-good item of pocket jewelry, it's functional. It is supremely functional. And, what more can you want? Functionality plus looks, that's a match made in heaven. And that's kind of a difficult balance for a lot of people to strike, but this knife definitely does it. And it's one of my favorite EDC knives. Plain and simple. So, yeah. That's going to wrap up this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, tell me what you think. Do you like this knife as much as I do? Why or why not? And, yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye now.